Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
You're already at that point where we're seeing some of these teams start to rise to the top. Boyceville, a team that returned almost everybody from last year, just continues to run. And then I hate when I do this because I feel like I'm going to forget something like a Rice Lake.
They're undefeated now. So
move them divisions, they don't care.
Yeah,
they're just going to keep on winning. In the 8-player, I mean, Cadott and Gilman, 1 and 2 in the poll there. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
especially no offense, but especially Cadott too, right? I mean, because was it that long ago, right, where they didn't have a program, or there was really low numbers and such. So
for Cadott to come back and start the season like they did, and that's the thing. Now, Grantsburg's going to be a very tough opponent this week, and that's going to be one that no easy battle. Grantsburg's always tough. The fighting Chanels are always tough, but and then that 8-player, and we're waiting for that Gilman McDonald. Now they're not overlooking anybody, neither of those teams, but so it's been a lot of fun so far already this season.
I mean, I know they're good, but I mean, to me, it's still an impressive victory for Hudson to only allow 8 points against Menominee this past week. I mean, that had to have been an impressive game too.
Yeah, and I think for Menominee, they dealt with some early injuries in that game and just kind of put them behind the 8 ball. But Hudson's, I saw them week 1 against Memorial, and they've got a lot of weapons, a lot of returning weapons from last season as well. So once they're one of those teams that can grind it for a while, and then they just kind of wear you down. And once they wear you down, they start moving that ball. And they do a quick offense. They've kind of moved up to the hurry up, don't give you a chance to rest. And when a team like that gets rolling, it's really hard to stop. Yeah,
it sure seems like a lot of those western portion teams. I mean, like Hudson's undefeated, River Falls is undefeated, New Richmond's undefeated,
Baldwin Woodville.
I mean, they're having really, good starts to this season so far.
Yeah, and I think this week is where we start seeing some of those matchups where you'll have those teams see who the cream's going to have to rise to the crop. There's other teams like a Blair Taylor undefeated. They'll be at Augusta, or they were at Augusta this past week, and they've been playing great football. So it is just, I think this is kind of when we'll start seeing the separation here as we get into a little deeper into conference play.
I know we've got soccer that's going on as well. Boys soccer continuing to go on. I think, was it North just had a tie? Was it Friday, I believe, and such against Marshfield that was. So, I mean, is it still kind of Memorial and Hudson, when you talk about soccer?
I think so, but that North team's been playing really tough. Gutting out those 1-1 draws, that's still a big thing, and that just shows you how their goalkeeping is. Altoona has made some major steps and is starting off a great season so far. Regis McDonald, always tough as well. So, again, we're truly blessed with some really good soccer in this area. North Memorial, obviously Memorial has always been right there with Hudson battling for that, but I think I see North making some major strides this year too, and Chippewa Falls is off to a good start too. So
golf. I mean, it probably doesn't feel like golf weather right now. A little chilly.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I don't know. For me, it feels like this is when I don't know 40 degrees.
But I mean, we're kind of, would you say, halfway mark right now with the golf season?
I would say it's about this time in a month will be state.
Okay.
So
yeah, I suppose
maybe they'll get the warm weather for state then,
right? Because for having a little cold stretch here.
And
so
with Colfax Elk Mound, the Kongshogs have finishing 1-2 in tournaments. It's fun to see that when you have siblings battling there for the top spot, and that team as a whole, not just those two, is playing some really good golf. So that's a team that they keep at this. They should have a chance to make it. Not just have 2 individuals there. They should have a whole team that makes it down there to University Ridge as well. And then I know there's 2 meets today. There's one at Mill Run for the BRC, and then the Clover Croys over at Whispering Pines.
Okay.
And Cadott.
Yep.
Yes, it's Whitetail and Whispering because they both start with the WH. That in Colfax is Whitetail. Yeah, so it always gets me mixed up. So they have tournaments. There's a bunch of tournaments this week. So good week for it.
It is.
Look at other than tomorrow where there's a little bit of chance of rain. It's going to be really good week for golf. So this will be it'll be fun to see what do these teams do. And I'm always state golf's always one of my favorite trips. So I can't wait to see what we get down there.
Volleyball is going on right now, too. Are we kind of in conference play? I know they just had the big one.
We started some. We had Chi-High Memorial played on Thursday, so Big Rivers has started up. Still a lot of those sprawls going on, and I think that's kind of how the schedules are now, that it's went away from just like, let's just have one single matchup. It's more about getting those volume of games on the weekends. So we're seeing a lot more of those going on, but this area, again, loaded up with some great teams. In Barron, we've got to see them play Regis, Fall Creek. Emmanuel's ranked 1, and they haven't even played a game. But they'll be playing, I think, their first games this week. So, yeah, I mean, you run it down. This area has had some good teams. Last year at State, having 3 teams, 4 teams down there. I could definitely see that happening again.
And then I know cross country is going on here too. Maybe do they like the little colder weather?
I think so.
Chillier nights.
I think
so.
You talk to runners and they say like 50s is like your optimal running temperature. So last week was probably perfect for them. But there's a big meet in Menominee this week, and it's we'll see Menominee, which is just that girls team has been dominant. Lauren McCullough and that squad is great, and then the Hartmans and Bloomer will be there too. And Bloomer's been bumped up because of the performance.
That's right.
So they're in the D1, so that'll be you're going to see 2 big-time teams there amongst all the other teams that'll be at that meet that's Saturday in Menominee. I know Bloomer has their Bloomer has their home meet this week as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun watching those teams, and again, we're going to have a lot of athletes that are going to make it to Wisconsin Rapids there for state.
Yep, at the good old Ridges course down there. So, and then
I've only seen it as a cross country course.
I like it. I've golfed it a couple times.
I might have been there for like a boys sectional. I think one time was at the Ridges there. But to me, it's just in my head. I just think of because I always see cross country there, so I've never really got a chance to see it. Anything else? And I know tennis is going on too on the girls' side. Yes. We got that. Altoona's been off to a great start. Memorial, Regis, McDonald too. So a lot of good starts for a lot of these teams.
Speaking of good starts, the last few days for Blugolds football and UW-Stout. Blugolds football opening up on a Thursday night last Thursday.
The true opener on Thursday. I don't know what that other game that was going on Thursday.
Exactly. So they battled the rain a little bit. Cornell coming over. You were there for a little bit. Yeah,
I was Phil.
Okay, Phil. Yeah. But I mean, impressive start for Blugolds football.
Yes, I was like the defense stood very, very tall in that game, showing what they could do. And they just gave their offense with a lot of new faces, younger faces.
New quarterback, right?
And then you got Kendon Krogman, coming in as well, rotating in there from Regis.
Yep.
So I was very much impressed. And it's crazy. I didn't realize they had a 7-game opening game winning streak going on. Now it's 8 games.
Heck yeah. 8
games that they've won on week 1. So I look at this as just a game that they can really take. I mean, they got a tough opponent on the road this week, so that changes it up. You're winning at home that week 1. Now it's take that momentum, work hard this week, and see what you can do and get another win here and stacking success. That's what they talk about, and that's what that team's looking to do. And Stout once again, and they got a big game coming up. Get the win this past weekend, but now Wartburg is always one of those teams that's battling for a playoff spot, battling for chance to go to national title games in the playoffs there. So this will be a big test, but they got them at home. And we've seen this Stout team year in and year out.
They surprise a lot of people.
Yeah. Beat and take some of the best teams in the country. And so Clate's going to have that team ready to go, and they're going to be jazzed.
They're as you mentioned playing Wartburg, they edged out Dubuque in a high-scoring affair, 38-35 on Saturday. And the Blugolds going to be going over to Ohio to take on Kenyon College. So, but both Stout and Eau Claire are going to begin WIAC play October 4th against each other, and that's Eau Claire's homecoming. Yeah, so
that's a fun way to start to see 100th homecoming as well. So I mean, it's perfect. I love the 80s, 90s, or I love the 90s.
I love the 90s.
90s, yeah.
It's my generation now.
I'm
Vanilla Ice, baby.
Ice, so you have that going on too. But and I know River Falls and La Crosse also starting off this week, I believe, is their kickoff games as well. So WIAC going to be in full swing. it's anybody's conference. I really think this
Dude, I'm looking at the rankings right now. I mean, because I've just done the Blugolds schedule. You got Stout that's receiving votes. Lacrosse is 11. Oshkosh receiving votes. River Falls is 19. Whitewater's 24. Platteville's 15.
Yeah. I mean, when you have at least half of your conference ranked,
yeah,
and other ones receiving votes, and Stout almost snuck up last year and had a chance to, get the conference title.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be another one of those years. I think, looking at that Stout game, how high scoring it was, I think that'll bode well when you're playing some of these. There's going to be some shootouts. It is going to be some high scoring affairs with these games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, and you got a lot going on here with Bluegold volleyball. I mean, the soccer's going on as well. So I mean, they're fully into the fall sports.
And I know
season,
they've got both those teams, all three, if you throw in the women's soccer team as well, have games at home coming up this week. I know the Sandy Schumacher tournament is this weekend, so a good chance to go see that new volleyball court and see that team as they play, I think, 3 games on Friday and Saturday combined. So a good chance to see Kim Woody's team out there on the court. And then the soccer
team with high expectations too, right, this year. So
I think they're one of the cream of the crop in Division III. They got the best facilities, I would argue, in Division III. I think there's D1 teams that would love to have those facilities. So yeah, I think this is going to be a fun year to watch all those sports.
Yeah. I'm really intrigued with the boys soccer team. I mean, you're just looking at the last few years and just how much they've gotten better and so close last year.
Yeah.
You lose a National Player of the Year.
Yeah, right.
But I think the expectation's still pretty darn high for them this year.
And I think that's one of those things where you lose a key player like that, and not that they ever relied on him. He just was such a natural scorer.
Right.
That now you have other guys who are getting their chance to step up. And we've seen it so far in the games. Yeah, is that they're playing some tough opponents right away, and they're stepping up and getting those goals. So yeah, Casey is done. Again, for that team to come in and from day one feel like it's a program that's been around forever.
Yeah,
that's not an easy thing to do.
No,
navigated COVID, like all of that stuff that happened right before that team started, and they have not had a letdown since. They've only gotten better.
Yep, I agree. Good stuff. That's your local sports roundup with our buddy, Mr. Justus Cleveland.